Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a special treat for you guys. We're gonna do some chile rellenos. Woo. Okay, come let's see the ingredients. Okay, so these are our ingredients. We're gonna start with our salsa ingredients. So we have some tomatoes, onion, serrano peppers, and garlic. Okay, for our chiles, we have these Anaheim peppers, or poblano peppers, I guess. And you're gonna need 1 per person. And then we have these eggs to coat them in. And then that's basically it. I mean, obviously we need oil to cook the egg. And then for our rice, we have rice and this consomme. It's for flavoring the rice. And some beans. These are just pinto beans with some kidney beans mixed together. We're gonna blend them so they all gonna have the same color. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. You guys, I totally forgot, but you need flour too, so don't forget the flour. Okay, you guys, also we will need some queso fresco. Okay, so we're gonna take our poblano peppers and we're gonna put them on a griddle. You have to make sure that it's really hot, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna blister the skin so that we can so we can peel them. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get them roasting on here. Okay, so once your chiles get really soft and you want this blistering type thing to happen, and then you're gonna put them in a bag. Just make sure that they're all somewhat roasted. And then you're gonna put them in a bag and you're gonna let them sweat. You wanna let them sweat for about maybe an hour, just so that the skin will come off easier. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys a trick. So over here we have our griddle, and if you don't really have time to do this and you want them really soft, you can also put them in the oven on broil. So that's basically like the hottest setting, and you just want to put them in the oven for like 15 or 20 minutes. Look at the oven though. Look at that. Look how hot it is. Okay, look at the little you see the wires are supposed to be red. That's how you know it's really it's really hot. So that's, you can let them blister there, and just make sure to flip them every once in a while. The next step is our salsa. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all these jitomates to roast as well. So these are going to go on for a while till they get their skin is black and like this, but more. And then also don't forget to put your chiles there as well. Make sure they get toasted. And you gotta keep an eye on the chiles, because they will toast a lot faster than the jitomates. That's Spanish for tomatoes. Okay, so yeah. Okay, you guys, so it's hot, okay? So just, if you put them in the oven, just make sure just to flip them so that they get cooked on both sides. And then put them back. So you just need, I lied, you only need like 10 minutes on each side. So, there you go. This for our rice, because we're gonna do that while we wait for the chiles to finish roasting. So these ones, so this one's finely diced, it's like tiny, and then this one's not so tiny, because this is the one I'm gonna use for our beans. Okay, so we're gonna do rice, and if you guys remember last time, this little coffee scoop is like perfect to measure exactly how much rice you need. So I say this is about serving for like 1 person. So just depending how much you're cooking. one of these per person, and then for water, on rice, it's always a 2-to-1 ratio. So if you put one of these, and you need 2 of these of water. So for example, fry our rice over here. And you just want to keep moving it until it gets a little bit toasted. Okay, so our rice, okay, so now it's kind of toasted. Here, I'll put a raw one for comparison so you can see how it's like translucent. And now it's like a little bit wider. Anyways, I see it. So we're gonna add our onion that we cut over here, and this is a little bit of garlic. So we just toss that in there with our onion. And you don't want it to actually burn too long because the garlic will taste like burnt garlic, and you do not want that. So you just wait a couple seconds here, and you'll smell the onion and the garlic, and it smells delicious. Okay, so over here we have water, and I just added the water, and it's 2 of these because that's how much we use the rice. 2 of these of water. Preferably make sure you use hot water, just so that it tastes really, really fluffy. I mean, it gets really fluffy. Okay, so now we're just gonna turn up the heat to high because we want it to boil. I'm gonna add a tablespoon of this chicken flavor bouillon. Sorry, I like that word. Okay, so we're gonna add about a tablespoon, and this will just make the rice a little bit yellow. No, it's too much. Okay, so I'll just make it a little bit yellow, so it's technically almost like a white rice. Oh, and if you want, they also have a tomato bouillon, and it'll make your rice like red, a pale red, but you know. So once this gets boiling, okay, make sure we mix it all up here. Okay, once it's boiling, we're gonna turn it down to low. We want it low once it's already boiling like this. So I took out our jalapenos, serrano peppers over here because they got toasted already, and our tomatoes are really toasted, and this is what we want. We want it to get like soft and really, really roasted like this. Okay, I also roasted some onion as well, just at the end because it doesn't take as long as the tomatoes to roast up. So we're gonna take that out, and then we're gonna make our salsa now. Okay, so for our salsa, we got our chiles in here, we got some onion, and we got our tomatoes. So we're just gonna put all these together. And then also we're gonna add a little bit of garlic. Okay, so also don't forget your salt. You want about a tablespoon of salt in there. Okay, and then we're gonna blend it here, make sure. Pan for our salsa, and we're just gonna add a little bit of oil so we can fry our sauce. Okay, so now we're gonna take our sauce over here. Hopefully I don't spill it. Okay, and then we're just gonna pour it in here. Okay, so now we're just gonna let the sauce cook. Woo! That's how you know it's spicy, you guys. Our beans, and my boyfriend's Salvadorian, so he likes them blended. So I'm gonna show you a cool trick I found, okay? So I'm just gonna add a little, like, tablespoon of oil here, make sure it gets nice and hot. And then I'm gonna add some onion. I'm just gonna fry it up. So you want it to get translucent. So just let it kind of boil there. And you'll see it get brown. Okay. When you see it start to get brown, we're gonna add our beans. Beans, here we go. Woo. Now we're just gonna let them boil, and you see how it's the little juice is like a little bit translucent. It'll start to get opaque, and when we get to that part, I'll show you our next step. Okay, so our chiles have been sweating in this bag for about an hour, and now once they sweat, they will be able to be peeled. So then you can take off like all this top skin, and you'll just take them all. You'll peel them like this, and just take off all that top skin, and they'll get really soft. Also, if you pull on this, it should just come right off, and then you can get inside and take out the seeds. So you basically want to gut it. Okay, you guys, so we're gonna do our beans now. See how it was more translucent and now it gets kind of opaque? That's when you know it's ready. And let me tell you guys about this cool little gadget I got at Walmart. So it's like this little blender that you put in the food, and it's like $15. So you'll totally want to get one of these if you like beans like this. If not, you can just put it in the blender. So anyways, we just put it directly in our pan here, and we just turn it on. It jumps, so careful. Okay, and then how you want it just kind of depends on your personal preference about how chunky you want it, but this is about how I like it. So this is how you make beans. Okay, so we're gonna crack our eggs in here, and once we finish cracking those, let me tell you, so remember my little gizmo thingy-mabob? It has 2 attachments, and one of them is this whisk, so that's pretty cool too. Okay, so now we're gonna add our cheese, and this is queso fresco. You can use any type of cheese you want, really. So if you want to use the yellow cheese or mozzarella cheese, you can do that as well. And you just want to cut it up into slices that will fit inside the peppers. Chiles. That's how you call them in Spanish. Sorry, I make myself laugh. Okay, and then I'm just gonna put a toothpick here through it, just so the cheese doesn't leak out. And then we're gonna dip it in our flour. We're gonna dip it in our flour, just so that we can put the egg. So then we do that, and then we're gonna put him into the pan. Okay, so you wanna dip it in egg after you dip it in flour, and then just pop it in there. And I like to use the small one where just one fits, so you can kind of make sure that the egg goes to the bottom, and then cook it cook, and then I pass it on to over here and just finish frying it once the egg has been coated. Okay, so then I just flip it this way, and then you'll have a nice little egg covered chile. Then just let it on this side for a little bit longer, and then I usually just put it over here to finish cooking. And then once it's ready from here, I put it into our salsa. So then just kind of chill out for a couple minutes and get integrated with the salsa. Okay, you guys, and after much work, here is our finished chile with our rice and beans. There you go.